What's good, everybody? It is 7 o'clock. Let's get this thing going. Mitch, always first on the chat. What's going on, sir? Bama Kane. What's good? What's good? Give it a second of chat to fill up here. So, we are having the great Jazz Santana on the show from the Six Ring Canes podcast. If you haven't checked it out, I was actually on their episode last night. One of their many guests that they had. They had a great show, but I popped on like around 9:30. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out after the show. It was great. We had a nice chat, and we're going to continue that and kind of talk a little bit of the upcoming opponent, the real Miami of Ohio, and just kind of scouting the opponent, see what we're dealing with. What's up, Wesley? Firefighter Kane, what's going on, sir? Caesar, what's going on? L, what's good, my friend? So yeah, just to kind of get things going on that as we wait for Jazz. He'll be on in a couple minutes. So, I've gone a little bit back and forth on this. Yes, Miami of Ohio, they're not. I like that we're not opening with like a Bethune-Cookman or a FAMU, which really, no disrespect to those guys, that's not really they call that a tune-up game. To me, it's not really a tune-up. I got to be honest. A tune-up game is more like the one we're facing today or this Friday. Miami of Ohio is a D1 opponent. They went to a bowl game last year. Their head coach has been coaching there 10 or 11 years. They're experienced. They've played together. A lot of returning starters. So this is a nice little test. This is a nice little nice little preparation for a much tougher opponent in Texas A&M in 2 weeks. So, it doesn't give us a false sense of confidence. It's gonna, they're gonna test us a little bit, I think, early in the game. I know when I was on the show last night, Vish was like, "Nah, man, we're gonna kick their ass." And Vish is a smart dude. I'm hoping he's right. I hope we just smoke him right out of the gate. But let me hold off on that while I bring in our guest, the great Jazz. What's going on, sir?
What's up, man? What's going on?
Were you dealing with the elements outside as well? I just barely made it home.
Yeah, it took forever to get home, and then I had to stop at Publix and get some stuff for the wifey. So so I was running everywhere, but the traffic doesn't help, especially people get dumb when it rains a little bit outside. So you know how it is.
Yeah, no, it took me like an extra 45 minutes to get home. It was bad, but we made it, man. We're here. It's 3 days, man. 3 days till kickoff. Are you kind of like me in this case, where you're going back and forth how confident you are about this game? Like some days you're a little nervous, other days you're like, you know what, we got this. Like, or are you like Vish that you're like, nah, we're gonna smoke them. They have no chance.
Yeah, I think we're gonna. I proceed with caution, man. I err on the side of caution because we've been down, disappointed so many times. But I kind of reset myself. What's up, Ken? I kind of reset myself. I reset my mind, and I think, all right, this is the year we kind of break through. Again, I'm not saying championship or anything like that. I'm just saying this is the year we kind of break through, and now we build momentum and we ride this thing out into the sunset, and everything is beautiful, all butterflies and rainbows. So yeah, I think I like our chances to dominate completely the entire game. So I think we'll do all right. I think it's the only thing that concerns me is that it's basically a new team, right? So we've only played against other guys wearing orange and green so far. So I think that once that first, the first, I guess 5-6 minutes, maybe even the first quarter, right, is going to be a little bit of a trial and error. They're going to kind of, peek their head out, and then all of a sudden they're going to get that confidence and just keep going.
Yeah, that's kind of how I'm feeling. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a little sloppy. Maybe there's like one turnover or something, or so, just a bad play early, and then we kind of like right the ship after that. Because I've kind of noticed that in the scrimmages, because I've seen two in person. I saw the spring game actually sitting with you. And then because I remember that spring game being real sloppy, like the first couple of possessions, and then
It was.
then the offense started getting going. A couple like big plays started happening, and it was kind of contagious. You know, it kind of snowballed after that in a good way. But yeah, it was very sloppy those first couple possessions. Fall scrimmage that was at the stadium, I was there. Same thing, kind of. Well, there was a little sloppiness on defense, I would say, but offense got going a little quicker. But I could totally see where your concern would lie and mine.
Yeah.
Fernando Tapia, Jazz said dominate. Uh, listen,
Are there a lot of flights being delayed or what? Because I'm looking outside. I'm like, nobody's trying to fly in this weather, right?
I would imagine. I feel for anyone who's trying to travel right now, including you, Fernando. So,
Well, he works
um,
there. He works at the airport.
oh, he works there. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I thought he was trying to travel. Yeah, no, I'm sure flights are grounded right now because I left downtown just an hour and a half ago or 2 hours ago, and it was like black.
Yeah,
The sky was black.
yeah, it's pretty ugly. It's pretty ugly out here.
Yeah. First 2 or 3 series on both sides of the ball. Yeah, so Danny's thinking we're probably going
I
to be
think on defense will be okay because I think the same thing's going to happen to their offense. I don't think they're going to get going, period. But I think the first 2 or 3 series, I think our defense is going to kind of dominate, like and it's going to hype up the crowd. And I think maybe the second or third series, you're going to see Miami just take off.
Yeah, no, I agree. Hitting a big play to like Tyler Harrell or something on the first possession would be not like if we just hit a one big play on the first possession, I think that'll kind of relax everybody.
Right.
So I think we really need that. But a couple interesting stats. I looked this up the other day. So since 2018, Miami of Ohio is 16-0 when they rush for over 185 yards in a game.
Okay.
So obviously running the ball is super imperative to them. Now, that's not something that concerns me too much because I feel like even though it's a lot of new guys on defense, Kiko, Nigel Leak, you got Leonard Taylor, Cam, and James. I just feel like we're in good hands there. I don't think the only thing that makes me a little nervous, which for years has been the case with Miami, scrambling quarterbacks. Gabbard can run a little bit.
Right.
Yeah. Does that concern you a little bit, or do you think?
No, not this year. I think we got the guys on the outside. First of all, I think we have the guys on the edge that can set it, right? So it's
Mhm.
gonna allow for us to really kind of hone in on them. And I don't know if this is gonna play out for every single team we play, but I think that if you set the edge the right way, it's gonna be hard for him to get out of the pocket. And even if he does, I think we've got the guys on the outside, whether it be linebacker, your star, even your edge guys that can get out there and get him. So I'm not too concerned about it.
Yeah. No, and just I think what's going to be important for the defense all season, but especially in this game, is energy because
Yeah.
tackling has suffered the last few years, especially towards the end of the Manny Diaz era. But I feel like if you're swarming to the football and there's 5 or 6 guys there, tackling is going to be a lot easier. It reminds me a lot of the NC State game a couple of years ago that were 2-4 going into the game. Nobody gave us a chance, and we beat them. Defense came out with energy, swarmed, made tackles, and we came out with a W. So I think that's going to be super important. Fernando says defense is going to be a huge advantage for us all year.
I agree.
Yeah. Norman, $15 donation. Appreciate it, sir. Thank you. We have to understand the current team has a lot of new faces that have not played together. So let me ask you this. Freshmen are going to play, obviously. Mario's already said it. Who are you looking to make that first? I mean, a lot of people are probably going to go with the obvious answer, Ruben Bain, maybe on defense. I'll ask you this. Is there any freshman that you're thinking maybe might surprise people and make an early impact in game number 1?
Oh, in game number 1. Whew. That might surprise people. that's a tough one, but I think that I think it'll still be surprising if Damari Brown kind of dominates his side of the ball, right? Like his side of the field, because he's going to get a lot of playing time. I feel right. I feel like he may even start opposite his brother, which is kind of cool. It's pretty neat. But even if he doesn't, I think he's going to be in on a lot of plays, a lot of series. And I think that he has the potential to make big plays. You see him at the line of scrimmage. He's tough. He's aggressive. He's got a knack to be around the football. And so I think that Damari Brown is the guy that's going to impress people. Maybe not surprise people, but I think he's going to impress people. And we're going to have a really good one there. I've always said it. I've agreed with a lot of people. I know a lot of people have said that he was probably the best cornerback in last year's class. I know a lot of people think Colorado Monty over there, but the fact of the matter is that this guy is physically gifted. He's big. He's strong already. And if he's getting first team reps, I don't care, man. That says a lot about the kid. I think he's going to impress a lot of people starting from the get go.
Damari Brown is exactly who I was thinking, because he could start like alongside his brother, which is pretty cool, who's also a pretty talented corner. But yeah, at like 6'1.5", 6'2", 200 pounds or whatever he is, he's got that physique already. And I don't think the Miami of Ohio receivers have seen they don't see guys like him very often. So I could totally see Damari making an impact on this game. And obviously, your Fletchers and Baines, they're gonna make some noise as well. The bulletin board material, obviously, that Miami of Ohio put out. Well, Brett Gabbard, when he said that that they're the real Miami and all that stuff. The players have been pretty good about not like feeding into it and just kind of like shrugging it off. No, we're not going to lean into that. We're just focused on win, getting the W. Do you think that that's really how they feel, that they're just, kind of brushing it to the side, or behind closed doors we're like, okay, let's come after this MF?
Yeah, 100%. And I just think about when I played, right? When I played college ball, even high school ball, and, the team that we were playing was trash talking. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I didn't play. I didn't play at the University of Miami, so the spotlight wasn't on us, how it is on these kids. But internally, amongst us, even the coaches were like, "You're not going to let those guys talk to you like that, right?" And so, you hype yourself up for it. You get excited about it, and you want to talk trash. You want to talk trash back, but you're good enough where you don't have to talk trash in the media about it, right? It's kind of like internally, as you said, right? They're motivated by it because the truth is that since we haven't really been the pinnacle of college football we're getting tired of hearing that. And the guys in that locker room, you know, this is a culture change that Mario's trying to instill in this team, and I think it starts with those players and how they kind of gel together and how they come together as one, and they don't take this kind of crap. And I think it's going to be the same concept. I mean, the game has changed a lot as well, right? So you can't do what Highsmith did at the Oklahoma coin toss. You can't do those kind of things, right? You can't do the crazy things anymore. So you have to manifest it internally within the team and practices and talking trash to each other and kind of getting yourself hyped up. So I think that's definitely 100% happening, regardless of what they're saying out there in the media, and regardless of what Mario Cristobal's an intense guy, man. So is Maribel. So is everybody, all the other coaches on that staff. There's no way that they're gonna be like, well, yeah, Miami's a good team, and blah, and be all professional outside and be the same way in the locker room. There's no way. Those guys are yelling and screaming and hollering and cussing, and it's nuts in that locker room. I guarantee it.
So you can confirm, being a former collegiate athlete, you can confirm behind closed doors, like that bulletin board material. That's a real thing.
Yeah. And I talk trash right back, man. It didn't matter. You don't let that slide. It doesn't matter who it is. So yeah, for 100%, they're talking trash.
Yeah. You reminded me of at the coin toss. Was it Kansas who refused to shake Baker Mayfield's hand and he dropped like 60 on them or something?
Yeah, it was Kansas. I mean, whatever. But at the same time, from from a fan's perspective, I laugh at it now, right? I laugh at it now, and I don't take it serious. It is what it is. People are gonna talk trash, and that's how they hype themselves up as well, right? So you know, uh,
Yeah,
Gabbard, okay, buddy, whatever, that's fine. But then you're gonna get punched in the teeth, and then it's a different ball game after that.
yeah. I mean, I try not to take it super seriously, but I think it's what you said. It's that buildup of close to 20 years now of everyone
Right.
talking trash, everyone throwing the U down, which they're going to be doing that.
Oh
You
my.
know, they're going to be throwing the U down the second they get a first down. Everybody, you remember that when they came out with the shirts that says "sucks to be you"? I
Yep.
think every school had that shirt.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Now, yeah. After FSU, well, FSU did it first, right? Was
well,
it?
it was after the Nevin Shapiro thing. That's why it came out. FSU made them, and then every
Yeah.
school
And then
started
all the
making
teams
those.
got them. Yep. Yep. I did see
Yeah,
that.
I don't know. I think it's just the buildup of that. I heard him say that. I'm like, oh my god. Like, I don't
But I
wish.
love it though, man. I love it because it's
Me
branding,
too.
man. It's at the end of the day,
Yes,
you know,
it's
we're
part of it.
relevant. We're in people's heads, rent free, and that's what I love.
Yes, and it's part of what makes college football great, and it's why we
Absolutely.
love watching it. And but yeah, I don't wish injury on anybody. I just want to be clear. But if we can pop them once or twice, that would be good. Um, Now, the game, as far as game plan for the game, do you think Miami's just going to be kind of keeping it close to the vest, as conservative as possible, running it, being kind of vanilla, or do you think they're going to show some wrinkles?
Yeah, I think that they don't have to show wrinkles. And by the way, Fernie was my he was not only was he my roommate in college, but he was also my teammate, Fernie. So
Oh, okay.
he could tell you trash was talked all the time.
All right.
But yeah, no, I think that with this offense, they're not gonna have to show wrinkles per se. I think they're gonna run their offense. They're not gonna be vanilla. They're just gonna run their offense. They're gonna run their sets and put up and be confident enough that they're going to put up points without having to be too close to the vest or without having to be too flashy and do too many crazy things. I don't that whole thing about keeping it vanilla. Look, Texas A&M is not going to have enough data out of one game, anyways, because it's not
Exactly.
like we're going to run. We're not, regardless of what people think, we're not going to run the entire playbook anyways, right? So there are some things you're gonna want to keep close or not show, but I don't think they're gonna go completely vanilla. I think that they have to. This is not again, no disrespect, right? But this is not Bethune Cookman or Savannah State or something like that. Like this is a MAC team and they play Division 1 football and they're gonna come out here and they're gonna do whatever they can as well. So you're gonna have to show some things, and I'm okay with it. I think that's fine. I think that this kind of offense and this kind of defense is what it is. And if they want material, if they want film, they can go to Houston and watch what Coach Dawson did there, and then go to Marshall and watch what Coach Guidry did there. And I think that they're going to do similar things with our team. We just have a better team, right? A better roster for what they're going to try to accomplish. So I don't think they're going to go too vanilla.
Yeah, I've never bought into that thing of like you don't want to show anything because they're scouting you. Yeah, I'm sure they're scouting you, but it's like if you're really great at a certain play or in a certain package or whatever, it's going to be hard to stop regardless.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If it's not hard to stop, you're not doing it right. And I'm of the opinion, hey, look, I'm not saying pull trick plays out or anything, but if you got to be aggressive on offense, throw it down the field to jump out to a fast lead against these guys and just put them out of their misery early. Do it because that's rest for your starters.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I also don't think a lot of people are going to think, well, we went vanilla and towards the end of the game. I mean, if we're up big, they're probably going to run it down your throat anyways.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I expect them to do that regardless of if it's Miami of Ohio or Texas A&M or Clemson. If you're running the football really well, keep running the football, right? Didn't North Carolina do that to us? So why are we gonna? They kept running the football. They ran for 7,000 yards. It's the same concept, man. If you're kicking their ass with the run game, just keep running the football and keep scoring points and get out of there, and that's it. You know what I mean? That's what you want. You want to win games.
Right. No, and let your O line get in, like gel more and get into a rhythm. That's
Yeah,
important.
absolutely.
Bye Bosworth says if Canes win Friday, is game day coming for A&M? Probably not, because I think there's a couple other really big games that week.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so. But if we're 4-1 or whatever 5-1 heading into Clemson, yeah, then you might see game day here.
I was going to say, because that's very possible that could happen, especially if you beat A&M early,
Right,
and kind of go on a run. Maybe you drop UNC, whatever. That's your one loss, let's say.
right.
Going in there 5-1, yeah, I could definitely see the Clemson game being a game day game. Which I hope they come back to campus if they do that, because that was fun. I don't know. Did you go to that?
Yeah, I was there. Yeah, I was there.
That was awesome.
I was at game day. I was in the backstage, and I was there for the whole thing.
I was there. I mean, this was 2017. I didn't even know you yet. I was like in that crowd, like behind, like where Herb Street and everybody are.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. Not only rest for starters, also experience for young guys. Yeah, no, it's all important. I think blowouts are important. You got to get your guys playing time.
Yep.
While I have you on, if you got a few more minutes, wanted to talk just to touch on recruiting. Obviously, I'm sure you were following, over the weekend. Patterson, that's great news. Getting him, that dude is an elite safety, and it's a position of dire need, I would say. You've got to add some talent there and numbers. D tackle is another one. David Stone was like, his family was wearing all orange and green and whatever. We all know the story. He ended up going with Oklahoma. So do you think, first of all, how many, besides Artavius Jones, how many more do you think we need to get D tackle wise in this class? Because I'm thinking at least 2 besides Artavius Jones.
So we've got Artavius Jones. We've got some guys on the outside, right?
Dalen Russell's kind of a tweener. I don't know if I count him just yet.
Right. And then Lightfoot and
Rudolph.
Rudolph are outside guys too. Yeah, I think you go. I still think that if you can land, I think this is what's going to happen, right? If you can land one of these big time prospects, the Brelands, or even if Stone decides he wants to flip, right? Because I think he still might be an option. I don't know.
Very possible.
Something like that happens where you land one of these big blue chip prospects, or maybe even a guy like that Braywood guy from Pitt that's committed to Pitt right now. I know, he's a 3-star, but he's a legitimate prospect. If you land one guy like that, then I think they may just dive into the transfer portal and pick up another big guy, like what they did this year with Branson Dean and Thomas Score. Even though we don't, a lot of people aren't too sure about that one, but they may go one high school recruit and then transfer portal guy at that position. But it's a deep position in this recruiting class, in this year's recruiting class, and so there's still some guys out there that can play, man. The LJ McCray, I think he might be an outside guy too, but who could potentially be inside? I think he's 260 pounds now, right? 6'5".
Yep. 6'6", 260.
That's a big kid, man. That's a kid that could gain 20, 30 pounds and move inside. So that's another option as well. So if you can land a guy like Breland or McCray, or even flip a guy like Stone again, yeah, if you got 2 of those, then you don't need to go any further. But if you can get at least one of those guys, they still may go into the portal and grab another big defensive tackle. You need it. You need it because you need to build up there. I mean, this year it's LT's gone, Harrison Hunt is gone. You've got some guy, Lichtenstein is gone. A lot of those guys are gone, and then you've got Moulton. Branson Dean, is he a senior? He might be a senior, so he'll probably be gone.
I think I checked. I think he's gone after this year.
Yeah. So you definitely have to build. You've got Horton and Moulton, and that's about it, right? Like next year. So now Achiampong, right? Collins Achiampong, but he's still young too. So you definitely, I think you still need to go into the transfer portal and get a guy that's a little experienced, because there's going to be a lot of young guys next year at that position.
A lot of young guys and guys that are very raw, because like Collins, while he has a high ceiling, very much a developmental guy.
Sure.
Ruben Bain plays a little inside, but also kind of a tweener. You move him around. He's not that stout.
That guy but I think that guy needs to be outside. He does this. He's so good out there.
Yeah, you move him around. You put him wherever there's a matchup problem. You know what I'm saying? So he's not like a 3 down hand in the dirt D line D tackle. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, Moten and Norton or Horton, Joshua Horton. Yeah, those are the only two coming back really. So I'm thinking, yeah, give me one more blue chipper next to Artavius Jones. Give
Yeah.
me those two. You could if you want to add a third developmental guy, that's fine. And then beyond that, go into the portal because you just need numbers. And Mario knows that. He's not a dumb guy. I think he's already planning for that, and I think we're going to throw big time numbers at the position. But yeah, so just wanted to touch on that. Oh, my mic is rubbing. If you guys heard a little static with my mic, let me know. Is that a little better? Can you hear me?
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good.
Yeah, so I hold the mic a little bit. But yeah, man, just wanted to touch on recruiting a little bit. I know there's a lot of visitors coming for that Texas A&M game. Winning that would be massive because I don't know if Jeremiah Smith is visiting for that one, but I know he's visiting a couple times before, he signs. So that's good. But yeah,
he's going to be a tough pull, but
yeah,
I think that if the offense performs right and we win a couple of those big games, it could sway him, right? It could definitely sway him. He's got a lot of guys coming down, that are playing here. Obviously, his counterpart, Zaquan, probably some other kids there. I know there's a couple other kids that are looking at Miami from Chaminade. So it would be. I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility. So I would watch for that.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, Jeremiah's going to 2 games. I don't know if A&M's one of them, but yeah, that would be a great game to cash in, like with a win and impress those guys because he said, I'm looking to see. He's been saying this. I'm looking to see what Miami's offense does, which is another reason I don't want him to be too vanilla in this game. Show some stuff,
Yeah,
because guys are watching.
Man, these guys like to be flashy, so be flashy.
Yeah, especially today's generation, especially with the 7-on-7. They're looking at that specifically. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I think that's pretty much it. This is an opponent we should be able to dominate, so there's not really too much to dive into beyond that. Their offense was ranked 1/3. Obviously, Gabbert was injured last year. I should factor that in, but their offense was ranked like 113th in the nation last year, which is worse than us. So, but their defense was number 35. So,
and they've got everybody back.
They got everybody back. So, you got to execute. O-line, keep mashing up front. Receivers get open. Catch the damn ball. I don't want to see that happen again. Catch the damn ball. Don't shoot yourself in the foot. I think we're going to be just fine. But yeah, almost 7:30. I don't want to have you on too long. I'm sure you're busy, but no, I appreciate you coming on, brother.
It's all good,
no, if you want to plug anything you got coming up, please, as always, you got the floor before we head out of here.
Oh man, it's overwhelming how many things.
You're a busy dude, I know.
It's going down, but yeah, we've got. We're gonna try to do something for the game while we're at the game on Friday night. Myself, Vish will be there. Mel will be there. I know you guys will be there. I think we'll all be in the green lot. So we might do a little collaboration on a quick little video and throw it out there for a few minutes. So I know we'll do something like that. Some games we'll do some pregame stuff and some postgame stuff. But this year, man, I really want to interact a lot with the fans. I want to interact a lot with our YouTube family and really do a lot of things at the actual stadium itself. I think that that's good content for the people that can't make it out to really see what a tight-knit group the Miami Hurricane fans really are and not pay attention to what's on Twitter and what some of these trolls out there are kind of doing. I think it's important for not only for other fans, but even for players, potential recruits that are out there and wanting to get the fans involved. I know there's a lot of them that do a little too much, trolling or stalking of players, but they want to see that Miami, has a good program. They have good fans. And the truth is that we got to get our butts in the seats and watch these guys play, man, because that builds momentum in the crowd and the crowd's important for players as well. So as long as they execute and they win, more people will go. It's a bandwagon town. We know how that works already. So just keep winning, and we'll get some guys that'll come out there, and we'll get a better recruiting class. It'll just be fun. It'll be fun. Miami Hurricanes football will be fun again, and that's what I really want to kind of convey this year more than anything else.
One game at a time. It starts with winning in dominant fashion on Friday night. It starts with that.
Yes, sir.
Mitch, score prediction. Mine is 44-23 Miami. Did you give a score prediction, or do you not want to give a score prediction?
No, I did. I think I said, I think it was 38-13, I think I said. 38-13, yeah.
Okay.
I think that's
I'll
what I
be
said.
very happy if we hold them to 13. That would feel good.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah, maybe 5 sacks, 6 sacks. I don't know. Get a handful.
I'll take it, man. Maybe a pick along the way, a kick return for a touchdown. I don't know. Just
I
make
want
it
to see.
fun.
I want to see Ruben Bain. If Ruben Bain gets a sack, the place is going to go nuts.
It's gonna happen. I'm calling it right now. 1.5 over under 1.5. I might go with the over on that. I might take Ruben Bain on the over. I just think he's so nasty, man.
He's unblockable,
so
dude. He's ridiculous.
unbelievable.
We got a good one there. All right, man. Well, thanks again for being on. Thank you guys for watching. Got 51 in the chat right now. Please hit the like button on your way out.
Yes.
And yeah, I'll see you. I'll do a live stream probably Friday during the day, do like a little pregame kind of thing. And as always, go Canes.
Let's do it.